All right. Let's see here. All right, back again. Get started here in a minute, man. Dang, look like a storm's coming my way. So let's see here. Here we go. Get started here like in another minute. Talk about some fights, man. Cause we got a lot going on this weekend, man. I mean, we got Bellator. We got some fights going down Saturday with the UFC. So yeah, like the next 3 weekends gonna be crazy, man. Or the next 4. Yeah, the next 4 weekends we got UFC cards going down. I mean, hold on. Yeah, because we started with, let's see. Well, yeah, we started with last weekend. So yeah, last weekend, this weekend, and the next 2, you know, we got some fight cards. Got a lot of fight cards. Like the first weekend of July was like the only weekend we had to really just like chill out. Nothing going on, man. But yeah, this weekend here coming up. Yeah, y'all know y'all got the fight Friday I'm looking forward to. So they got 3 WMMA fights on this Bellator 262 card going down. So yeah, I just want to kind of go back over that card because that's in 2 nights. You know, they already been doing the presser and the new release pictures for, you know, the fighters. So yeah, we ain't too far away from that. So yeah, man, welcome back. That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's talk about this Bellator 262 card a little bit. You know, the women fights on there that I haven't discussed. And, of course, the championship fight again. You know, I just want to go back and know y'all's picks for Velasquez versus Kielholtz. And then, of course, you know, want to get y'all's thoughts. Well, you know, you got my thoughts on Shevchenko versus Murphy. You know, what else can we talk about with this fight? I mean, just another title defense for the Bullet, or does Murphy have anything that can upset the champion like she feels? You know, I think we all know how it's going to go. You know, I think we all know what level Shevchenko was on. And what else? Reneau and Miesha Tate. Yeah, you know, somebody had asked me. No, somebody said I was neglecting this fight. I was like, oh, what? Somebody like posted that comment on one of my videos that I was neglecting the fight. But no, I was getting around to it. You know, it's just a lot of fights going down, you know. So I might as well get my pick for that tonight because I'm not going to do like a full breakdown on Tate Reneau. You know, I definitely want to talk about it a little bit. You know, that being Miesha Tate's first fight back in what, like 5-6 years, and the exit of Reneau. So yeah, man, I'll give you my pick on that. And dang, Amanda Lemos versus Montserrat Ruiz. That's this weekend too. Damn, that's a lot of fights. There's a lot of fights going on this weekend. What else? What else do I have on here? Yeah, just all that stuff. You know, all them fights. Kind of go back through those. So let's see. Let me pull up this Bellator 262 card. Make sure I didn't miss anything for Friday. All right, hang on 1 second here while I pull this thing up. And if y'all are fans of, you know, BKFC, that card is going down too. You know, next Saturday. Which I ain't go through that whole card to see who's on that because that's next weekend. So let's see. So yeah, Bellator 262 got a good card, man. Overall, you know, the men and women's fights. You know, I'm gonna be watching this whole card pretty much. How many fights they got on the prelims here? There's 5 on the prelims, and got a good flyweight fight too that I didn't mention. That's coming up. Shout out to BJ. I know this is his girl, Diana Avsaragova. You know, she's a upcoming flyweight. I think she's what? She's from the Ukraine. Her nickname is Pantera. You know, she's been coming through showcasing some power in them hands. She was last in the octagon against Tara Graf. She KO'd her in like 1 round. You know, so Avsaragova, you know, she's somebody to look out for. You know, she's 3-0, like I said, and yeah, they're putting some hype behind her. You know, you might see her and Valerie Lareda fight sometime soon. Let me see. Got Lolita. Lolita's talking about Amanda Lemos. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. That's probably like that fight and the Velasquez Kielholtz. Those are the 2 fights I'm really looking forward to, though. All right, so yeah, Avsaragova versus Gabriela Goffin. I've seen her fight a couple times. I don't know too much, like a great deal, because she's on the come up. You know, she's fought like Cage Fury a few times, and when I seen her fight Cage Fury, she came up short. Well, not she didn't come up short. She got dominated and she got finished. You know, so I can't really tell you what type of threat she poses to somebody Avsaragova, but you know, this is a smaller level fight, so it's gonna be interesting. You know, I think she fought Erin Blanchfield like a couple years ago. You know, that's not a great deal like to cover on this fight. It's just a heads up on this one. It's on the prelims. You know, Bellator 262. Well, you know, all of Bellator's cards, when they do the prelims, they post it on the YouTube channel, so you can watch them live. You can watch them for free, you know, because the main card is on Showtime. But yeah, you can always watch their prelims for free. Oh, Two Beasts, what's up, man? Just talking about some upcoming fights, man. You know, so let's see here. In case y'all aren't familiar with these ladies, let me pull them up here. I had the picture on my desktop. Yeah, okay, there's here we go. Yeah, this is the flyweight fight coming up between Diana Avsaragova and Gabriela Goffin. I'm expecting Diana Avsaragova to win this fight. You know, I think this is a fight they're just trying to give to her, because I don't think Goffin has fought in like 2 years, maybe a year or so. You know, Avsaragova, she's a little bit more well-rounded. You know, she has a ground game. She's got some hands. She's got a decent stand-up that she's been working on. Yeah, she's from Russia. I said Ukraine earlier. Yeah, Russia. Yeah, she's fighting out of Russia. You know, she's still got a little bit of growing to do, of course. You know, at 3-0. You know, but I think she's being moved right. You know, for now, I think she's being moved right. You know, nobody's really like rushing her in any big fights, but I expect this fight to end in either a submission or a KO Diana's way. You know, like I said, I think she's the fresher of the two, and you know, I think she's got a little bit of momentum behind her, where you know, this is a fight to kind of put some build up on her, because you know, right now it seems like Bellator is you know, I don't know what's going on with them. They're kind of on a seesaw right now, where they've been cutting a lot of fighters and they're trying to invest in more fighters that can build their organization. Like with the few they have, they're depending on a lot, if that makes sense. It feels like they're depending on a few names to build their brand. Like, you know, of course they're dependent on Chris Cyborg, but they're also dependent on the hype fighters that aren't necessarily the best yet. You know, they're building up on like the big followers, like the fighters with big followings like Valerie Lareda and so on, you know, because, you know, they just did a major cut. You know, they just cut like between May and July, they just cut like 33 fighters or more, you know. So the ones they have to really, really kind of put some investing in here. So they're trying to build them up. Ernest Richardson said he's late. No, you ain't that late. I just started. I only been on for 12 minutes. You ain't missed much. You know, we just talking about the Bellator 262 card a little bit. Oh, Ernest said, didn't he say Aldana was going to knock Yana out? Yeah, I said that too. I mean, well, I picked her by decision, but I said the knockout was there. Yeah. I said it was either going to be, well, I said it was going to be the left hook. I said it's going to be a decision where she picks her apart, or I said it was going to be that left hook like Aspen Ladd landed. Yeah, I said that in the live stream back on Thursday, I think. Yeah. I mean, their style's made for that. Aldena's too much of a precision striker. Yana Kunitskaya, she's very, very reckless at times, which she was Saturday night. Very, very open, very open. Defense is too spotty. She can be touched. Marion Reneau was touching her up, so yeah, I definitely could saw the knockout coming. But let's see who else is on this card. I said, yeah, Arlene Blencowe. Arlene Blencowe and Diana Silva. Diana Silva, she fought hold on, let me pull this up. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Diana Silva, she had a pretty close contested fight with Julia Budd recently. That was her last fight. And I know some people felt like Diana Silva did enough to win that fight. She had a pretty good stand-up game and pretty good leg attack on Julia Budd, and she was landing some good punches on Julia Budd. So that, I know a lot of people felt like she won that fight. So this fight here with Arlene Blencowe, I think it might be a little bit more competitive than we think. Some people think Blencowe, going to walk through her. I heard some people say that, just looking at some information on these two. Blencowe does have a very polished boxing game. That's where the style might play into her favor a little bit more. Blencowe is she seems to be a little bit more fluid on her feet in her boxing than Julia Budd. I think this can be her fight if she controls that range, and she stays busy. If she stays busy in this fight and uses her angles. But like I said, Diana Silva, she'll come in with an attack. She has a very, very good attack to the legs, a good right hand. She has some power behind her shots as well. She was touching Julia Budd up if y'all saw that fight. Because, that was a split decision, but I kind of had Diana Silva winning that fight. So this fight here, I'm going to say, I'll say it's about 50-50. I'm going to say this fight is 50-50 between Arlene and Diana Silva. Because Diana Silva, she was picking up some momentum in that last fight. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This was actually on the main card, I think. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is like the first or second fight on the main card. But yeah, I want to see what Arlene Blencowe can do here. Her last fight out was Chris Cyborg back in October. And we all know how that fight went. Before that, she was on a nice little win streak. She was, racking up some wins against Amanda Bell, Leslie Smith. But when you step in there with Chris Cyborg, that's just a totally different realm, man. That's just a different realm. But on this level, like with Arlene Blencowe and, Diana Silva's and Julia Budd's, it's a little bit tougher to call, honestly. I think the boxing will favor Arlene Blencowe, but if it turns into like a fight, like a good clinch fight, I think Silva, she could take it, though. I think she could take it. Let me see here. So, let me pull this fight up. But, yeah, those are the two undercard fights. Those are the two only women's fights on the card, on the prelims and the main card. But, this main fight, I already gave y'all my prediction for it. But I'm just saying, look, I think Denise Kielholtz can pull this thing off. I think she can, but it's tough, man. It's tough to call. That's why I need to see this fight. If I knew who was going to win, or if I felt like this was one of those one-sided fights, then I could just predict it like that. At the same time, I really wouldn't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I really wouldn't be excited about it. But this is an unpredictable fight for real. Like, I like both of them. You know, I like Velasquez. I'm more of a fan. I'm kind of a fan of Denise Kielholtz, you know, those knockouts and that explosion. But I like that technical style, Juliana Velasquez too. You know, I like that style. But really, I'm just picking. You know, I'm really just picking because I'm just trying to decide a scenario on how it plays out. Because I do think Denise Kielholtz is an opponent that Velasquez has never faced before. I mean, that's a look that she's never faced. And, you know, the opposite can be said too. You know, the opposite can be said as well. Like, I think neither fighter has fought this level. I mean, they've climbed the rankings. You know, they beat everybody in their path. You know, for the most part, Kielholtz, she did lose to Arteaga. But, you know, she's beat them fighters like Kate Jackson and who else did she beat? I can't remember some of the names right now. But Velasquez, you know, she had beat some good names like Bruna Ellen. She's going on the lower level. Alejandra Lara, she fought her to a close decision. Becca Ruth, tough fight where she got dropped. And, of course, she beat the champion. But when I saw her at that level with the champion, I was kind of questioning some things there where I didn't think that Velasquez was committed to really trying to close the show like she needed to. You know, Velasquez really, really needed to close the show in it, you know. I don't know, man. It's one of them. I tell you, it's one of those fights like a few months back. What was it, Andrea Lee versus Antonina? Like, I wasn't 100% sure on my pick. You know, I just went with Antonina, but it all comes down to what game plan is going to be executed. Like, they both have the power to stop each other in this fight. You know, Velasquez can stop Kielholtz. If she catches her coming in reckless, you know, sometimes she can let combinations go in her head, or her chin will be out. So Velasquez has that ability to catch her with the left hand. But Kielholtz can stop Velasquez because Velasquez tends to pull straight back with her chin out. You know, she'll do that little pull back, like I said, and Kielholtz could catch her. She has the power to stop girls. You know, I think she commits more to her power to get knockouts. I think Velasquez holds back more because she likes to be technical. You know, so it's really just going to come down to whoever becomes tailor-made for that person. Like, if whoever figures their style out first, that's who's going to win the fight to me. You know, if Velasquez gets settled and say, oh, I can counterpunch her all day from the outside, she can't get in, then she can probably take the fight. If Kielholtz can upset Velasquez's pace, and if she can keep her off balance, and if she can land big punches early, you know, if she can offset the timing of Velasquez, and it'll be Kielholtz. That's why I say it's 50-50. Like, Velasquez has the belt. She's 11-0, but this is the top level competition. You know, this is top level competition. She hasn't faced anybody like Kielholtz. Kielholtz hasn't faced anybody like Velasquez. You know? What are y'all talking about here in chat? Hold on here. A few more people came in. I was just... Mr. Lisa Afsaragova can throw with a knockout. Yeah, she's got some power. I mean, we still need to see more, but she got some power. She definitely got some power. Francisco, what's going on? Francisco said Juliana Velasquez said that she got more confidence in her hands and she's going for a KO or a submission. Velasquez wants to finish the fight quickly. She got to. I think she got to. After that last performance, Francisco, I think she want to go in there this time and defend the belt definitively. You know, she wants to make sure that there's no question, because there were still people questioning the Ilima-Lei McFarland fight. Like, I think she won the fight. You know, I think that Velasquez did enough to win the fight with Ilima-Lei McFarland, but it didn't look like some of the fights on her way up, you know, like how she was dominating, how she was just controlling with her counterpunching and, you know, knocking these girls back and showcasing the strength. But It's possible, man. She's gonna probably go in there and turn it up in this fight. That's why I'm excited, man. I am. Mary Thomas, who's the fighter in the hoodie on the right. That's Mari Reneau. Two beasts. They the main event. Kielholtz and Velasquez is the main event, but Tate and Reneau are the co-main event. Yeah, that's Mari Reneau. She had posted that picture not too long ago. You know, she was just showcasing her gun. She said it's on her IG. Oh, V Kendra, what's up? V Kendra talking about Lauren Murphy. Yeah, Mario knows she can switch it up. She'll do that look, but then she'll put the dress on, and you'll be like, wow. You know what I mean? You know, it's the fighter in her and it's the woman in her. You know, she's got that soft edge and the hard edge. You know, she could do either one. Does have good hands. Mary Thomas said she think it'd be a stoppage. Francisco said he hoped Denise wins. Yeah, I like I said, I like both. But yeah, if Denise Kielholtz won, I would, I'd be happy for it, definitely, because Denise Kielholtz, I think they were kind of holding her back a little bit. I think she should be number one in the ranking system. They try to push Conor Watanabe past her. Cole said, "Do you believe in Misha 2.0?" She sounds pretty confident she's going to finish Marion. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute, Colton, because I was watching the presser, and I was just taking away some interesting things from both fighters and what they said. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Kielholtz and Velasquez. Yeah, I could definitely see where everybody comes from on their pick. This ain't one where you could say, "Oh, you overlooking something." You know what I mean? I think everybody has made a good point. Some people say Velasquez can win because, she can use that reach and she's more patient. Some people say Kielholtz can win because she's more so explosive and, she's got that power and she's just a good combination puncher too. So I think everybody's making good points on this one. That's why I said it's 50-50. Velasquez got the belt. You could probably give her a little bit more of the edge. I would understand. I say 50-50, but it could be 52-38. Is that right? 52-48. Yeah. Towards Velasquez. Yeah, just because she's undefeated too. Because she is undefeated. You got to respect that. So 11-0, she has worked hard. So it could be a little higher her way. Yeah, definitely, Mary Thomas said, late question, what organization is this again? Bellator. Francisco said Velasquez wants to KO her. Yeah, I think they both want to score a KO though, and that's what's gonna make it crazy, man. I don't see it going 5, man. I don't know. I don't see this fight going 5. Styles like this just don't go 5, man. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I really don't think it's going 5 rounds. They both throw with bad intentions, and they both throw so accurate, man. So I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, I just wanted to go back and talk about that a little bit because, I've seen some, interesting answers from different people where they give good reasons on why Kielholtz will win, Velasquez will win, and I'm just kind of picking now whichever kind of suits the scenario, however it plays out. That's who I think will do it. That's who I think will make it happen. Yeah, Velasquez, she could get it down because she is big. She's strong. They both are judokas. Like, who's gonna get that? Who's gonna be tossing who? Like, can Kielholtz toss this big girl like that? Some people think she's 5'7". I mean, yeah, she's 5'6", 5'7", somewhere in that range. Like, Bellator lists her at 5'6". So yeah, she's big. She's got like a 3 or 4 inch height advantage, but the reach is about the same. So striking is going to be interesting, but the clinch game, and I think the inside fighting is what's really going to tell us who's going to be the dog in there. Yeah, man. But yeah, let's talk a little Miesha Tate and Amari Reneau, man. Interesting fight though, man, because it's kind of like it could be like that passing fight. It's that revolving door fight where you got one fighter on her way out, one fighter on her way back in. But I'm sure, Amari Reneau is not thinking of it like that. I was just watching the press conference, the media press today, and Amari Reneau is still talking like it's not supposed to be just a bow out fight where I'm passing it off to her. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a fight where I go out with a bang. She's still talking like she wants to prove something in her last fight. She's talking about it, her son being there for the first time in her corner for her first and last fight. And I'm sure, with her son being there, she wants to look her best. She definitely wants to be at her best. And I don't think that the question from Amari Reneau is, does she have the hunger? That's the question we have for Miesha Tate. Like, Miesha Tate's been out of the octagon for so long now. Like, does she really have that hunger? Did she just like do a few sparring sessions? Did she just train up and her body feel good physically? But that's one thing, does she feel like mentally she's really there? And I know the only way to test that is by getting back in there. I mean, she did take a nice little break off. You don't really see too many fighters take that type of break. They'll say they take like an 8-month break, a 9-month break, maybe a year, and then they come back. But, she took a good 5 years away, almost 5 years, coming up on 5 years in November. But I think Miesha Tate took a good amount of time off to kind of heal up and kind of let the brain, kind of go back into place after taking so many punches. Because her last fight was in 29. She was 29 years old. Because she's 34 now, right? Yeah, when she's about 29. So yeah, she took a good amount of time off. Now she's coming back in her close to mid-30s. But like I said, with the body getting a chance to recover, maybe she's feeling something different. But physically, that's always a difference than what your mind state is going to be. Because, she's had 2 kids. She's been in that mind frame of a mom. I think hers is a little different than Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern, she's at the beginning of her career. Mackenzie Dern's at the beginning, and she just had a baby while she's developing. So that kind of gives her something more so to fight for. Like somebody who just gets a job and they have a kid. They go through that mind state of it's not about me anymore. It's about the baby. And they kind of have that protectiveness about them, like what you see in Nunes now. She's got her baby. Of course, again, Mackenzie Dern, like the way you see Mackenzie Dern hitting the scene and develop as a fighter after this baby and the way she's been training, it's crazy. It's something that's a part of her youth. And, even before she hits her prime, it's that growth and hunger. But Miesha Tate, you kind of get the fact that, when you hit that age of 30, it's kind of hard to find something to fight for again, especially when you've been, getting bags other ways, like she over here trying to develop a YouTube channel now, which she could probably build up a big following on. She has other ways to make money. So honestly, for me, I don't think that hunger is going to be there in this fight like that. So that might make again, that'll probably make a lot of people lean more towards Mari Reneau. I'm already leaning towards Mari Reneau. I'm leaning more towards Mari Reneau in this one. Hold on here. Let me see. So Colton asked earlier, do you believe in Misha 2.0? Like I said, sounding confident, that's one thing, that you're going to finish Mari Reneau. It all comes down to us seeing what she can do in there, so I can't really say I believe in it because I have to factor in the way she left. I have to factor the way she left with, back-to-back losses to Rocky and Nunes. It wasn't like she just dropped the decision and said, I need to take a little break. The reason she left, it was because of those hard beatings that she took. Knockout, then dominated beating by Rocky Pennington, So to say 2.0, I don't know if she can develop that in this division now, because bantamweight, the bantamweight division may seem like it's a little dry, but they've been evolving, man. Like fighters now, it's not the same from 2015 and 2016. I know it's 4 or 5 years, but you see a difference. I see a big difference. I see a big difference in the strawweight division from 2015 to the strawweight division now. I mean, I'm sure y'all do. To be said, how much drawing power do you think she had? Do you think she'd have with a win? I don't think she'd have like a great deal of drawing power. Just because she didn't really leave with a lot of drawing power. She kind of left on that losing end. And like I said, the game's been evolving so much. Like it's going to be hard for her at 34 to compete with some of these other young fighters. Like, Holly Holm is still holding on to her advantages, of being able to grab a title shot just because she's been around for so long and she's staying. And, she stayed. She could win or lose, but she'll still have it. But I think Misha Tate, her drawing power, it'll be there, but it won't be like this big hype behind her. Like, especially if she beats a fighter like Mari Reneau, because, Mari Reneau isn't necessarily like top 5, top 3, right? So it's not really gonna make us say, oh yeah, she's ready for the big scene. It might take a fight or two, Lolita said, where are your current pics of Tate? Where are current pics of Tate? Well, that is a current picture of her. I mean, you could go to her Instagram too. Yeah, this is a current picture of Misha Tate. This is her in the gym. She's been getting the weights in. B. Kendra said Tate has done grappling matches. Yeah, she has. She was trying to get a grappling match with Chris Cyborg, but I forgot what was the deal with that. I can't remember if it had something to do with the contract or what. But that's another thing too. I think when Misha Tate left, she still had like 6 fights on her contract. So that's going to be interesting, to see who else they'll put her in there with. Like, will she continue to fight at bantamweight, or will she go in there and try to fight one of these featherweights? She said 145 might be a consideration too. So, I think, does she have like 6 fights, or does she have 3 more? I can't remember. I have to look that up real quick. Yeah, because when she left, you still have to, like, if you choose with the UFC, the way her contract was signed, if she chose to come back, she couldn't go to any other organization. She had to come back and fulfill those last fights that she had. To be said, she said in an interview that her relationship played a significant factor in her lack of focus in her last fights. Yeah, I saw that. We can just say Mario Reneau was on 4 fight losses. Yeah. Mr. Ernest Richardson. Oh, hold on. That was yeah. Ernest Richardson says I disagree with the evolution angle. Women's 135 is more stagnant and stale than a piece of Starbucks. You could argue that with 135. Yeah, I could understand for 135, but 115, like I was saying, 115, you definitely see a big difference. But if they start signing the right fighters at bantamweight, yeah, like, let me see, because there hasn't been a great deal of change with bantamweight, except the lower level. Because you still have Holly, you still have GDR, Rocky, Irene Aldana. Those names are pretty much the same, but I think they still pose a threat to Tate, though. That's my point. Like, they have changed more. They do fight. They have evolved a little bit more than they have. Well, they do show more change than they have back in 2015 is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can see a difference in some of the fighters. I won't say Holly Holm a great deal, though. Like, Holly is still the same similar fighter that she was in like 2016 to me. I mean, she has gotten a little bit better with her ground game, but I won't say that like that's going to be like something that really stands out about her. V. Kendra said, "Who would win in grappling, Tate versus Cyborg?" I think right now it would be Chris. I still say Chris. I think Chris Cyborg would win in a grappling tournament. Yeah. I think Chris Cyborg. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, somebody had asked me in another video who I think would win. I'm gonna go with. I am gonna go with. I'm gonna go Mari Reneau in this fight. I think if Mari Reneau uses her, I think if she uses her stand up a little bit wiser in this fight, she could have success. Like, she had some good moments in that Macy Chiasson fight where if she would have get stuck and move and committed to her punches a little bit more, she could have controlled it. I think we could have argued that she could have won the fight against Macy, but she let Macy get that last takedown in that third round. I think, I'm going to go with Mari Reneau just because I feel like she's, fresher and she's still active. I think with Miesha Tate putting on more strength, we'll see what this muscle's going to do. But I think with her really putting this new strength training that she's been working out, it might really make her wrestling better in this fight. Like, you might see her try to really put the takedowns to use in this fight and put her grappling to use in this one. So if she gets it down, I think it would favor her more so. But in this 3-rounder, I think Mari Reneau can pull it off. I think she can pull it off because she's still active. I don't know how it would go though. No, man. Hold on. What is Because again, even like with the hunger thing, like, it's different. Like I said, like with her and Mackenzie Dern, because I don't know. She's more so settled. That's why I think she's a little bit more settled and, a little bit more chill now, a little bit more tame. Oh, Pine K, what's up? Pine K said, what do you think of Manon versus Valentina? That's gonna be a while, man. That's gonna be a while before we get that fight. We got to see what Reneau looks like down the line. But let me backtrack to these comments. We'll talk about that in a minute, Pine K. Give me 1 second. V Kendra said, when is GDR fight? I don't know. She don't have anything lined up. I think she should fight Irene Aldana, though. 2B said, who do you think would be the equivalent of the flyweight's top 3 prospects? How do you mean 2Bs? Do you mean like, what do you mean by equivalence? In the 135 pound division? Or do you mean like, who do you think they could fight? Like, who do you think would be the equivalent? Oh yeah, you said for 135. For 135, for 135. Oh man. Is there anybody? Let me think. Who would be the equivalent? Oh man, who would be the equivalent at 135? Who looks like killers at 135 like at flyweight? I don't know, man. Hold on, let me think. Maybe Julia Avila. Maybe Julia Avila and maybe Macy Chiasson. But she really needs to be a featherweight. Maybe Macy. Who else is want to come up in there? I don't know. That one's kind of hard to say. I would probably say Avila and Macy just off the top. Because Macy does have a lot of good. She does have a lot of good tools, man. Like, she just needs to be at the right weight. Yeah, I'll say them two for right now. But it's not the same like what I see in Taylor and Miranda and Manon though. Oh, Podcast say he hope we get it late next year. Ooh, could we get it late in 2022? Maybe. It depends on how much of a force Manon becomes. Like if Manon Firo can really like get some big wins, like if Manon Firo blasts out Mayra Buena Silva, and then she just takes this big leap and she just beats not Caitlin, but she beats like Andrea Lee, Jennifer Maya, and like Andrade, that would be crazy. I don't even think we would get it late next year. I think it would probably be 2023 before we get Valentina and Manon Firo. Unless they just chose to like skyrocket her faster than she needed to be. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's no rush. I think, okay, no, 2Bs. I think Carol Rosa is a dangerous fighter. Yeah, in the bantamweight division. Carol Rosa, Julia Avila, and Macy Chiasson, I think they have promise. I think they definitely have promise in there. Robot Chicken crazy. He was talking about GDR being on house arrest for doing what she did to Pena. Crazy. V. Kendra said Manon is a little too old to be a prospect. No, she's not. I mean, you know how long it takes for fighters to become like polished in MMA? 31 is not old for an MMA fighter. It takes years for them to actually master what they can do on the ground. See, fighters like Amanda Nunes, they just been doing it for so long. But for them to become dominant, you have to be that age. Like, she's not that old. She's not too old to be a prospect. I mean, She just came into the UFC, a little later than the rest. But if she's as developed as she can continue to show, and if she can advance a little bit faster than these other fighters, then she might get up there quicker. But she'll break out of that prospect zone fast. That's why I see potential in her, because she's got that skill set to break out. The more and more she keeps advancing, more and more she keeps on advancing, boom, we got it. She'll get that contender status. Pine Casey, I think we could, because that division doesn't have a lot of competition that stands out besides her and JoJo, and her and Val are fighting on the same card in September. Yeah, Manon Firo is on that card, ain't she? Damn, hold on. Yeah, because Andrade and Calvillo are on it. Then Suarez and Modafferi, they're on it. And damn, now you got this fight, Mayra Silva and Manon Firo. That's gonna be crazy, yo. Oh man. Oh wow, that's crazy, man. We're gonna have 4 flyweight fights on this one. This is good, man. Dang, I'm glad you reminded me, Pine K. That's good, man. Yeah, I forgot, because I did a video talking about this fight, but when I started connecting these dates, I was like, hold up, now we got Calvillo and Andrade on the card. Then you got Shevchenko and Murphy. And then you got Suarez and Modafferi on the card. And then you got Firo and Silva. Damn, that's going to be nuts, man. That's going to be crazy. That is crazy. And then you're going to have, Manon Firo fighting Mayra Silva on that card. And then you can just kind of match their styles up, Pine K. That's crazy, man. You're going to put that style and you'll be like, oh, okay. Like, this is what Manon Firo looks like on the same night that Shevchenko's fighting. I can definitely smell a collision course coming, with these two. Maybe probably in the next year, man. That's going to be wow. But yeah, let's talk about this Murphy fight real quick, man. Cause I got Mari Reneau though. I'm gonna go with Mari Reneau over Miesha Tate in this fight. I think she can do it by decision. I think she's too fresh, and I think she's gonna be putting them hands on her. And she's gonna need to be in and out, and get in some good body work, good leg kicks. And just make Miesha work, take Miesha in that 3rd round, don't give her a quick start, make her feel that rust. So, yeah, man, I'm going to go with Mari Reneau in this fight. I don't know, I might talk about Lemos and Ruiz tomorrow, just because we're talking about these other fights too, because so much. So, I'm going to do Lemos and Ruiz tomorrow. Hold on. What did Two Beats ask something? Top 5 female fighters to watch perform. Top 5 female fighters to watch perform. Top 5 fighters that I like to watch. Let me see. Well, Kielholtz, I like watching her. Denise Kielholtz, she's exciting. Like, she's fun to watch. Watching her perform, that's a good she puts on a good performance. Joanna, whenever she was fighting, I mean, top 5, you saying, like, over. Yeah, I enjoy watching Joanna's fights. Joanna's fights are fun to watch. They are fun to watch. I know of recently, yeah, Manon Fiorot is a fighter I like to watch. When I went back and watched all her fights, I enjoy watching her fights. All of her fights were just fun to watch because they were all on YouTube. Just watch them, man. They're exciting. Excuse me. Jessica Andrade. I don't know though. It changes a lot though, man. It changes a lot. Jessica Andrade, she's one. She's exciting to watch. Who else? I don't know. I mean, I know it. I know, but it's just hard to say right now. Yeah, I like watching. So I like watching Joanna's fights. Like, if I pull up UFC Fight Pass or if I pull up YouTube or something, I check out Manon Fiorot's fights as of recently. Yeah, so Manon, Joanna, Denise Kielholtz, and JoJo. I like watching JoJo's fights. Whether it be win or lose, she puts on an exciting fight. Yeah. Lolita said, wait, what's Lolita talking about? Lolita, I said that Thai chick was that rude, like when I said that Thai chick was that rude, like when Valentina said that Chinese girl. I don't think it is, Lolita. I mean, I think when Valentina said it, it's a little bit more in the rude category because at that point you should know who that fighter is, or you should just say, "Oh, that's strawweight." I mean, I think she was just kind of trying to throw salt at Zhang Weili. No lie. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Personality wise, I mean, Valentina probably don't like her. I mean, like, yeah, I give Valentina a lot of credit for her fights and her skill sets, but whenever you talking like that, I mean, I think she probably was just trying to be rude. Because I mean, come on, like, you got a Chinese girl. I mean, you should know her name by now. Because it's just like you kind of throwing a name. You just trying to throw it out there and just say, "Oh, that person doesn't really matter." You don't take the time to know her name. Like, I take the time to know these Russian fighters' names. I mean, I'm taking the time to know Shevchenko's name, and I can spell it. You know what I mean? So I don't just say, "Oh, that Russian girl" or so on. I take the time to know the person and know who they are. So, I mean, I know you're busy, but I think you could do the same for somebody like Zhang Weili. I've been trying to get her name right throughout the years. I think I finally said it right. But in your case, Lolita, I mean, I don't think you were being rude. You just say that Thai chick. What is going on here? Why is Robert Henry up in here timing people out? What is he doing? I thought Robert Henry was out for a while. Robert Henry, I wonder if he know he in here. He's timing Mary Thomas out. What the hell? Excuse me. Hold on. I don't know. Was he timed out for 300 seconds now? I don't know. I don't know how he did that. He must got his phone in his pocket or something. Mr. Lee said Zhang Weili is the most exciting girl. Lolita said, "Can you spell Joanna's last name?" Yeah, there's a time I could spell it. I mean, you gotta just break down them syllables to it. I can't really say it the way it's supposed to be said, but I could spell it. can't really pronounce that thing. That's Young Jurgic or something like that. You got to break it down to syllables though. It's like Jed. It's like Jed. It's Jed REZJ. So JEDREZJCZYK. Check it, because that's how they pronounce it. Check over there. So what I say, JEDREZJCZYK. I had to do that because I'll copy it and then put it on a YouTube video. So yeah, like when I'm putting her last name on there, yeah, Young Jurgic. Yeah, I can spell that. Like, so you gotta learn them names like Klitschko in boxing. Like I have to write the name out sometime because I just need to put everything in place. But spelling it just like out off top, sometimes I have to write it down. Klitschko, Shevchenko, Young Jurgic. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. 2B said top 5 to watch. Yeah, I think he is, Mr. Lee. Yeah, he must be butt calling us because he done time Mary Thomas out right when she was talking too. So I don't know. Okay. I think Young Jurgic, Young Jurgic, Joanna Young Jurgic. Yeah. Yeah, you left the I out of there. There's an I in there, that's it, right? Yeah. Or yeah, that Polish girl. The Polish girl with the big head. I told you that's what a lot of people call her. But yeah, all right. So last thing on my list was Shevchenko Murphy. So yeah, it's going down, man. I know a lot of people feel this fight's not gonna be good, but it could be interesting, man. I think it might be interesting. There you go. Or J, yeah. J's in there. Yeah, not an I, but a J. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm just glad that they're following suit and just saying we're gonna go ahead and put this thing together and say, look, this is the next person. Don't make her wait. She's getting the title shot, and we can move forward from here. Now again, I know Lauren Murphy off top. It's not going to be this great big challenge for Valentina Shevchenko, but we'll see. We'll see if she can use her strength. She does have that. She does have that strength. She does have that size, but I want to know if she can use it. Can she do a little bit of what Juliana Pena did? Can she do a little bit of what Jennifer Maia did? You don't really have that much to base off of other fighters to find weakness in Valentina. That's the issue. Usually there's a fight where you can say, oh, this is a tough fight here. You can go back and watch this. This will tell you how much of a weakness this person has or what they don't like and what makes them uncomfortable. But you don't really have that much to base off of that with Valentina. I mean, in the Amanda Nunes fight, Amanda had the power to make her respect her. And she also had the size, IQ, and the power. That's why they kind of nullified each other. And unlike Nunes, Lauren Murphy doesn't have her type of defense and her type of patience either. Nunes is just as smart as Shevchenko. People just don't give her the credit. I think Nunes is just as smart. So she's going to be patient and she's not going to walk into crazy stuff, So I think she has that, that size, IQ, and like I said, her power that's going to make Shevchenko respect her. And then Shevchenko is going to have the strength, IQ, and solid striking that's going to make Nunes respect her. So going into this fight, though, I don't think Murphy has a great deal of tools that's going to make Valentina respect her. So Murphy's going to have to show it. You know, she's going to have to go in there and show something. She's going to have to go in there and show something and not give her any chance to breathe. That's why I say you got to make it a fight where you make her uncomfortable. Like, if you ain't got the IQ and that type of presence like Nunes had, then you're not going to win a fight with Valentina. You know, you got to make this thing different. You got to make it uncomfortable. You got to press the action. You got to make it ugly. You know, you got to make it physical. Yeah, it's never a 0% chance. I mean, that's why I bring it up. You know, a lot of people just go ahead and say, oh, it's going to be a massacre. Maybe, you know, maybe, you know, it might be, but we can't define a might. You know what I mean? Like, if we could, we know the factor of every single fight. But there's always a chance. There's a chance every time you step into the octagon. I mean, there's no chance if you just duck the fight, you know? Like, Andrade had a chance. She had a chance to win that fight. But when it came down to it, there was nothing she could show. There was nothing she could show because Valentina came in on the fly and said, look, I'm going to wrestle her. I'm going to take her down. But everybody has a chance, you know. It just depends on what happens that night, you know. Might be 5% chance, but, hey, 5% is a chance. So, yeah, let me go back to the comment section here. Ernest said Murphy's going to get carried off and then folded. V. Kendra said, in what world will Murphy win only if Shevchenko injures herself? Bungalow said, an excellent chance to get that 6th ruby on her belt. Oh, yeah, she's going for that 6th title defense. So, you know, I ain't mad at her. You know, it's time to rack them up. This is the division where she's going to pretty much stay consistent at, I think. Well, I think the same could be said about this fight. I mean, V. Kendra said Valentina might drag this out to a boring decision. Well, might have to finish her because you keep Lauren Murphy in this fight, it's going to be dangerous. You know, you don't want to really keep a fighter like that in there. You know, Lauren doesn't really have like a great defense, so that kind of spells danger right there. You know, Valentina's a precision hitter. And, you know, Lauren Murphy will take punches. You know, she'll kind of start off fast, but she was taking them heavy hits from Andrea Lee, you know, to the head and to the body. I don't know if you'll be able to take that many head kicks and body kicks from Valentina the way she throws them. Podcast said he feels Valentina's going to strike all day. Right. Bungo said no good reasons for Val to make this fight last. Right, that's what I said. I don't think she's gonna make this fight go that long. You know, I could see her going for it because even the Jennifer Maia fight, she wanted to stop Jennifer Maia. You know, she was looking for that stoppage. You know, she wanted to stop her. That's why she started coming on strong. Jennifer Maia is just strong. And I think there was a bit of issue on Valentina's part at the time, you know, after coming off that surgery. So she didn't start full throttle in that fight. To be said, high volume leg kicks, I say, is the best way. Camouflage of good feints and punches with wearing shot selection. For Valentina or for hold on. For Valentina or for Lauren Murphy? Oh, there's Mary. Mary's back. I think she figured it out. Oh, that Robert Henry had like butt blocked you. She's got hands. Like, Murphy got hands. Kendra said Murphy doesn't have hands. She's got hands. She just doesn't have great defense, and she doesn't have like a good selection of switching from boxing to, throwing kicks in. But she's got some hands, and she got a decent ground game. I mean, when you compare it to Valentina, of course not. But I mean, if you compare it to, the fighters she beat and some of these other fighters, she's got a decent ground game, To be said, he's skeptical on the gas tank. I think she gassed really too from taking a lot of punches. Like, when you get hit, you taking a punch, you giving a punch, that will gas you out. Like, I think her gas tank is okay, but yeah, when you factor in taking hits to the body and to the head, that's going to gas you out. Ernest said I'm gassing Murphy up. I didn't know I was. I'm just talking about what she had. He said I'm gassing Murphy up. I don't think I am. Because I already said it. She's got the level she's on, but there's a Shevchenko level. If you heard my video earlier, the Shevchenko level, and then there's the flyweight level. Because Lauren Murphy, like I said, you can't downplay the level she's on. But, well, I say, she's not on the level of Shevchenko, but you can't downplay the level that she's on. Like, you still got to respect the level that she's on. That's what I'm saying. That's not gassing her up. Mr. Lisa, I'm just happy the Shevchenko Murphy fight has been scheduled so quickly. Good job to everyone involved in making it happen. Yeah, that's my point. That's one of my biggest points. Just make the fight happen. Stop making people wait. V. Kendrick, I'm going to downplay. Yeah, of course you are. Anybody that just is not a fan of a person, they're just going to downplay him, of course. Like, I'm not saying she has this great chance, but I'm just telling you what she has to do. Like, what she has to do in a fight is different than what she can do in a fight, High Five said, I still believe Andrade is more of a threat to Valentina than Murphy. You mean in the future, or? High Five said, Andrade is more of a threat to Valentina than Murphy. I don't know about that. I mean, we already saw what Andrade would do. I mean, unless you're saying that she'll end her quicker. Because no, I don't know about that. Like, we'll just have to see what she'll do, Like, because she could do what Jennifer Maia did and go 5 rounds. Jennifer Maia turned out to be a bigger threat than Andrade. But Andrade was not a threat because Valentina knew how to take care of the body size. Like, she knew how to handle that frame, that physical frame. V. Kendra said Murphy lost to JoJo. Yeah, I think she did, but it wasn't a robbery. See, that's one thing people always say. Like, if you understand, look, I feel like JoJo won that fight against Lauren Murphy, but it wasn't a robbery. A robbery is a complete robbery. It's every meaning of the word. When you take something from somebody that they didn't work hard for. When you just take something from somebody that is not yours at all. That fight was close. The only person to blame in that fight is both Lauren and JoJo. It didn't go anybody's way solid because they both were in their trading at times. There were just too many moments too close for comfort. Like, yeah, I'm a JoJo fan, but I'm not going to lie. Like, she didn't do enough to make the judges say this was my fight. I think, to me, the Andrea Lee fight was a victory for Andrea Lee. The Andrea Lee versus Lauren Murphy fight. I think Andrea Lee did enough to win, but y'all heard it. The judges weren't looking at the fight. You can't always go by stats. I ain't looking at those stats. Those stats don't make no sense sometimes. Shoot, you should have saw the Jennifer Maia and the Jessica I stats. You can't go by stats, and you can't go by commentate. I think a lot of y'all go by commentate. You got to turn that commentating off, because there was a lot of punches that DC was calling, but Jennifer Maia was landing the better punches. High Five said JoJo would have won against Murphy and she would have got the title shot. Right. Yeah, she would have got the title shot. Mr. Lee said the new MMA divisional rankings came out today. Okay. Oh, Marcus Bell, what's going on? But I do think that Andrade turned out to be an easier fight for Valentina just because of the body frame and everything. I think that the body frame and the lack of striking IQ, all that came into play. So that kind of made it an easy target for Valentina to say, I can do this. I can take it down to the ground. I can just grab her and take her down easy just by keeping her in this position, because she doesn't have that type of frame to handle me. But, bigger fighters like Maia and Murphy, they might have that type of frame that can kind of blanket her for so long. Not a great deal, but they have a better chance because they are bigger. Juliana Pena, she was able to close in and be physical for just for a moment, but she didn't switch it up enough. That's why she got submitted. But Lauren, like I said, has a bigger frame, so she might have her moments, but winning the fight, that's a different story. That's where people mix that up. They think I'm hyping her up, but when I say a person's having their moments, when they have their moments, that's different than winning a round or winning a fight. V. Kendra said, oh, hold on. V. Kendra said striking IQ, they barely strike. Who has a higher striking IQ, though? You can showcase your striking IQ before you get into the octagon, V. Kendra. You know how you earn a fighter's respect by using your past presence, How do you think she gets a lot of fighters' respect? Because they know what she can do before she gets into the octagon. Her striking IQ it's not just the punches being thrown, but it's the measuring of the distance, it's the footwork, it's all of that. You see, she already measured the distance on Andrade. She was able to keep her back and keep her in a position like she was going to strike when she didn't have to strike. But it was a striking position. You don't have to be throwing punches to have a high striking IQ. You know, at that moment, if you're getting it ready in your stand-up position, you can control the fighter right off the top, and that's how Valentina was controlling her. Be said don't look like the skills of Murphy. Like, well, if you compare it to Valentina, it won't. Well, I mean, if you're a casual fan, you won't understand what skills are. But like, if you were actually rolling with Murphy and you wanted to fight Murphy, then you would understand what skills are. But I'm not going to say she doesn't have skills. Like, Lauren Murphy got skills. You know, whether you're a fan of her or not, she has skills. You know, she hasn't lost a great deal of fights. You know, she does have skills. More girls should go to the body. It depends though. Like, if you don't have the skill set to body punch, you could risk eating a knee to the face or eating a head kick that was meant to be a low kick or a body kick. You know, like, you got to know how to go to the body. If you're talking about punches, yeah, you got to know how to strike to the body. Like, you know, you just can't go in and say, oh, we got to attack the body. If your style is not made to go to the body, you might wind up getting kicked in the face or kneed in the face. Like Jennifer Maia in her last fight, she was doing well with some body punches on Jessica Eye. You know why? Because Jessica Eye in the beginning wasn't throwing a great deal of kicks. And the way she positions herself, she doesn't throw a great deal of kicks. But she started to turn up the kicks a little bit later, so it made it hard to go to the body. Irene Aldana is a good body puncher. You know, she can execute it. Andrade knows how to go to the body. Andrade goes to the body. Isn't that IQ? No, I mean, IQ is knowing when to do what. You know, it's using your smarts in the octagon. Like, going to the body, that just means you go into the body. That's exactly what it is. It depends on how you use it, though. Like, you know, if you use going to the body, let's say Valentina, what she did to Jessica Eye. This is a perfect example of using the IQ. Jessica Eye versus Valentina. When Valentina kept kicking her into the body, there was a point to it. You know, she kept kicking her in the body. She kept kicking her in the body in the first round, right? Then eventually, the way Jessica Eye started defending her body, that left her head open, right? So Valentina, next kick went to the head and knocked her out. You know, that's going to the body using IQ. High Five said Murphy's robotic frame versus the flexibility of Valentina. We just need to see whether Murphy can stand her strikes first or not. If that doesn't work, Valentina will try to take her down for sure. Yeah, I think when Valentina starts to land a few combinations here and there, you know, that face is going to be turning red already because, you know, she's open to be hit. And I think the takedowns will come easier once she softens her up, you know, like that. going to the body is just not going to the body. Andrade goes to the body, but she'll leave her head open. Andrade will chase you around the octagon instead of cutting the octagon off. You know? Andrade doesn't cut the octagon off. She doesn't move her head. That's why she's getting hit. And she doesn't go to the body in a smart way. Like, eventually she'll catch you with them power brute shots, but there could be a much smarter way to set up a body attack. Like, if you set up a body attack that'll open up the head punches, that's IQ. Bungalow said IQ is 3 hard kicks to the body and a 4th kick to the head, just like you're saying right now. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, Jessica I versus Valentina Shevchenko. How did she set that up? She said, I'm going to go to the body first, and then, boom, you won't notice head kick is coming. IQ. High Five said, please, Andrade has to make it a dog fight because of her reach disadvantage. Tell me who is as short as Andrade to be so calculated as Valentina. You don't have to make it a dog fight. You can be a smart fighter too. Nah, I don't agree with that. Like, you can make it a dog fight, but look at Loveth Young. Look at Tisha Torres. Like, if they commit more to overhand rights and just calculated speed, you can fight like a smart fighter. You don't always have to fight like a dog just because you're short. You know, reach disadvantage, you don't have to fight like a dog. I mean, it's a plus. It's definitely a plus if you come in there with a body attack. But again, coming straight in like that can leave you open to head kicks and uppercuts. But if you have a reach disadvantage, you have to make the smart adjustment of using an overhand right. You know, you have to use an overhand right, and you have to know how to bounce in and out. You got to know how to use speed to your advantage. Like Andrade, just because she has a reach disadvantage, she could actually box some of these girls because she's got the power. Tisha is a perfect example of a smart fighter. Then you like, she just never reached that high level, I think, because maybe they never really stepped out of the box with training. But Tisha used to beat a lot of fighters with her speed and her decision. You know, just on this, just by going to the decision. You know, in my opinion, she beat Rose twice. There's still certain things that she needs to do to close that distance. But shoot, Carla Esparza, she's a short fighter. You know, sometimes you just have that disadvantage, but she's made up for it. You know, you got to make up for it some way. Like, it doesn't always have to be about being an animal in there. You know, you can be a smart, short fighter. High Five said, is Tisha 5'1" like Andrade? Yeah, they're both short. They're both short. And, you know, Tisha Torres has never been stopped before. Tisha Torres has never been stopped before, though. Mary Thomas. Yeah, exactly. She had to run after Rose like a track tryout before touching her. Right. Because she didn't have the IQ. Exactly. Because she didn't have the IQ to cut the octagon off early. Like, if she would have cut the octagon off early, she probably would have stopped Rose in the first and second fight early. If Andrade would have cut the octagon off early on Rose in the first fight, she probably would have got her out of there in the first round. Easy. She probably wouldn't have took that many punches. High Five said dog fight means Andrade will get punched to land her own. Not necessarily. Dog fight don't mean that you'll get hit to get hit. A dog fight means you got the dog to make it an ugly fight. You know, you can make it an ugly fight. You can make it rough and ugly, and Yeah, you don't mind getting hit, but you can still say, oh, it's not about getting hit. It's just about beating the other person up. And her IQ is just starting to show. She's just starting to develop that. Like, if she had that IQ, she wouldn't have lost to Rose in that second fight. She would have made it easy, and she would have scored a knockout. If she would have applied IQ to her brute style, she would be knocking more people out. Like the head movement. Where was the head movement in her early fights? Where was the head movement in the Zhang Weili fight? Did you see IQ in the Zhang Weili fight? Did y'all see IQ in the Zhang Weili fight? Or what about the Joanna fight? Was the IQ there? Tisha Torres is listed like at 5'1". Yeah, Tisha Torres is 5'1". Tisha Torres is 5'1". She's the same height as Jessica Andrade. I just realized y'all were talking about that too, her height. Y'all still talking about her height. She's 5'1". I didn't ask how old the fight was, V. Kendra. I said, did you see the IQ in that fight? I didn't ask how old the fight was. I said, did you see the IQ of Jessica Andrade in that fight, or the Zhang Weili fight? No, Bungalow. I don't think so. I don't know about no shin pads. Nah. That would kind of take away the luster of the fight to me. That would be crazy, man, using shin pads. So how does Joanna have IQ? Okay, well, has she ever taken the fight to the ground when she didn't want to? I mean, you see the takedown defense of Joanna. She commits to what she wants to do. She commits to her fighting style. You know, the combination punches she's throwing. I mean, how she keeps fighters on the end of a jab. The IQ she showed in the Andrade fight. Higher IQ than Andrade. That's my point. Am I saying she's got the best IQ? No, but she's got a higher IQ than Andrade. You know, she has a high IQ, not the highest, but she also has a big heart. You know, fighters that like to uh, go off a heart, they do. But she's definitely got a high IQ. You know, she knows how to strike. I mean, she commits to what works for her. Committing to what works for you. When you commit to what works for you, that's a part of being, you know, when you commit to what works for you and what is working. When you commit to what's working, that's IQ. That's part of it. Because Andrade, let's say, she'll commit to what's not working regardless. She won't make an adjustment. You know, she won't make an adjustment to adapt to a fight. Starting to storm out here a little bit. Storm on the way out here. High Five said Joanna has gigantic legs. Yeah, yep. Joanna is, she can move up the flyweight at this point. She's got she's from that Muay Thai background, so her legs are powerful. Joanna's like, very, very Muay Thai tough. She's been through that type of training to build that type of strength on her legs up. Rose, I don't know. Rose, she be getting her leg chopped up because Joanna was chopping her leg up in that second fight. Joanna was chopping it up. Jessica Andrade was chopping it up in that first fight. Yeah, she hurt her foot. Joanna hurt her foot in that fight, but she fought through it. Yeah, she hurt her foot, but she kept going. Yeah, I think she broke her foot, but she still went 5 rounds and won. Mary Thomas said Andrade's IQ is mostly about offense and not enough defense. That's what all she focuses on is playing destruction without any refined calculation or long-term execution. Right. That's what, makes her have a low IQ. Because that's all she does is focus on, hulking out. As of recently, she's been trying to do the head movement and, feints, but all through her early career, she's just been kind of, she's just been going through trying to destroy. But IQ aside, Andrade is an exciting fighter to watch. I will say that. She's an exciting fighter. Who else? Yeah, I already said, Joanna, yeah. But yeah, she's a fun fighter to watch. Yeah, High Five. They do. Manon and Rawderson, they do have, that karate kick. I think Manon is going to perfect that thing more and more, though. I think she uses that karate kick so effective because she's long and tall, and she kicks you right in the body. Like, Manon Fiorot is, vicious with that side kick. It's like a jab, man. She'll kick you right in the stomach with it. That kick is vicious, man. Like, she started the fight right off one time, just kicking somebody in the stomach with that. So, I definitely see that being an effective weapon of hers. The more and more she fights, of course there'll be some fighters trying to, find a way around it. But I think Manon Fiorot, that kick is one of her best weapons. That and her left hand, straight left hand. High Five said Weili's hooks are getting stronger, just like Aldanya's. We will see soon in her next fight. Yeah, Aldanya's hook is, it's going to take a while before it gets to the Aldanya level because Aldanya just throws that punch so naturally. Like, she may not be the best all around, but like her left hook is a very, very good. It's a very, very good punch. People are excited about Joanna Rose, Weili, and Valentina Andrade fights. Oh yeah, I'm excited about Marina and Mackenzie Dern fighting. I knew that fight was gonna happen. I know some people were saying Marina was ducking Mackenzie, but oh man, she ain't ducking. She was just waiting to get her training camp. So it's gonna be a good fight, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. Mackenzie and Marina throwing down in October. But man, I can't believe the September card is crazy. September UFC 266 is gonna be crazy. Yeah, UFC 266, man. Wow. You got some good flyweight fights on this card, man. Because the main event is Volkanovski and Ortega. Shoot, I think Valentina's fight could be main event. Damn, they done rounded the whole card out, man. Look at this thing. Shoot. This is crazy. Damn, they got this thing lined up already, man. I mean, shoot. We still got 2 months away. I mean, look, fingers crossed. I'ma pray nothing happens here, man. I'm praying that no fights get canceled. Wow, this is crazy, man. I'm gonna go down this list real quick. We're gonna talk about this later, but all right. I got the card up for UFC 266. Here it goes. Look, first fight on the prelims, Tatiana Suarez and Roxanne Modafferi. That's how you open it up. All right, Euros Medic, Jalen Taylor. Next fight, Manon Fiorot and Myra Buena Silva. Come on. Next fight, Jessica Andrade and Cynthia Calvillo. I don't know why those fights are on the prelims. They should be on the main card. All of the women's fights are on the prelims. They need to be on the main card. Come on now. Andrade versus Calvillo needs to be on the main card. Anyways, damn, you got Robbie Lawler and Nick Diaz. Oh, this is going to be a good heavyweight fight. Curtis Blades and Rosenstruck. Then you got Marlon Moraes and Maria, how you pronounce his name? Valishvili. Let's see. Bantamweights. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know he's bantamweight. Then you got Valentina Shevchenko and Lauren Murphy. And Volkanovski and Ortega. Damn. I think this is probably going to be their next best card in a while, man. Damn. This is a good card, y'all. Well, I mean, if the women's fights are on the prelims, I mean, hey, we don't have to wait too long, right? We don't have to wait all night. We can get right to them. Yeah. That's a stacked card, y'all. I'm going to be watching this whole damn thing right here. Yeah, that's 9 fights so far. So it's not done yet. It's not done yet. You know, there's probably going to be more. Please, no cancellations, man. Please, let's just hope everything goes right. Please. Robot Chicken said, who you got, Lawler or Diaz? Man. I'm leaning towards Diaz. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna lean towards Diaz in this one, man. I know he's up there in age, but I'm gonna lean towards Diaz in this fight. Well, shoot, I think Robbie Lawler is older than Diaz now, right? I'm gonna go with Diaz in that fight. I'm gonna go with Diaz probably by a stoppage. Just an early pick. Uh-oh, high five. Uh-oh. Let me see. Hold on. Uh-oh. Let me pull this junk up. Is that more? All right, now. Don't be lying. High five. Yeah, same here. Yeah. I'm with you, 2 Beasts. Yeah, same here. Far from that, but yeah, number 1 and number 5 on the prelim. Come on. You just come off of fighting Valentina Shevchenko, and they're gonna put you on the prelims. Come on, man. Was High Five just predicting that, or are you just saying, man? Whaley versus Whaley versus Carla. I don't see that anywhere. That's you were just saying. But that's crazy though. You know, Valentina, look, she ready to come back. She's ready to defend. Like when she wins her belt, it's not like a special occasion that she has to come back. She's ready to fight every time. That's what makes her different than Rose. Like Rose, every fight is almost has to be like a celebratory thing. Like it's got to be like this big occasion. Like just defend the belt. You know, get a fight, defend the belt, make it happen. Like they should be coming back at the same time. You know, Rose, Valentina, they just fought in April. Valentina was the one that almost had the suspension, right? And she's back. Come on, man. Why not? You know, Rose needs to say, look, I'm ready to fight. You know, young. Carla wants her fight. Let's go ahead and make this thing happen. I mean, shoot. Andrade is back. Andrade got stopped in 2 rounds. And she's coming back on the card with the girl that beat her, you know? They should be announcing another Rose fight now because, yeah, it's been 5 months. You curious to how is Andrade back? Andrade was only on 30-day suspension, so you know Andrade is always ready to come back though. You know, Calvillo called her out, so she was like, "Yo, I'm ready." I see Joanna on her Instagram. She in there working out again, man. She getting it back. Watch Joanna mess around and get a fight before Rose do this year. Watch this, man. High Five said Rose is going to get her doomsday again if she holds up the title. Yeah, you can't be holding up the title like this. We ready to see somebody come back, man. Brazilian market. That's why Andrade is back. Well, hey, Rose got the American market. You know, she put everybody on her side. She definitely got everybody in America and Florida. So, in the state of Florida, so she should be back. You know, Andrade, I mean, Rose got, who got more followers? I think Rose definitely got more followers than her on Instagram, you know, so she's at 2.2 million. You know, she's higher paid. 2.2 million followers, 2.2 million fans versus her 376,000. So Rose should be in high demand, right? Everybody wanted Rose to get the belt back, so I'm thinking Rose should be back first, or at least have something announced. I think Andrade is not just back because of the Brazilian market. I think Andrade is back because she likes to fight. That's the difference between her and Rose. I think Andrade just likes to be active. She's quick to answer the call. You call her out, she's ready. You know, Calvillo called her out like a month ago at Invicta FC, and she's ready to go. TB said nothing on a Carla Esparza. Yeah, I don't see anything on Carla Esparza fight. I thought High Five was just messing around. Like, I don't see nothing about no 268. Whaley and Carla fighting at 268. I don't see that. It needs to be Rose and Carla. That's what need to happen. But that's what I like. See, you just see two different type of champions there. You know, a consistent champion. You know, Valentina wants to set some type of record with her defenses. I like it. You know, I love that type of act. Like Bernard Hopkins was middleweight champion. He was just defending his title. He defended his title like 20-something times, you know. They just want to fight anybody. It ain't no whole big thing, you know, that we got to sit down and negotiate this, negotiate that, or I'm not ready. You know, Shevchenko is back against the person that's the best competition, number 3, because she already cleaned everybody else out, so she's going to keep fighting. I think Valentina's going to hit 10 title defenses easy. Who won't bet money on that? I think she is. I think she is, man. Oh, Coach, what's going on? I think Valentina will hit 10 title defenses easy. Well, I won't say easy. I mean, I won't mean like it's going to be easy, but I think she'll get her 10 title defenses, man. Yeah, man. Andrade versus Calvillo. That is crazy. Yo, Coach. I know you see that UFC 266. If you get on, Coach, when you get on live, whenever, you got to pull up that UFC 266 card, man. It looks good. It's looking good, man. 4 flyweight fights on there. Then you got Curtis Blaze and Rosenstruik on there. You got Lawler and their Diaz and their retirement fight on there. It's looking good, man. Volkanovski, Ortega. All right, let me click on this link you sent, Marcus. Hold on. Priscilla Cachoeira. Uh-oh. Is this why Priscilla Cachoeira can't fight? Is she doing something? Hold on. Oh, boy. Oh, Priscilla Cachoeira in some type of trouble, huh? She got a restraining order against her, huh? Some abuse. Uh-oh. Oh, Coach said, hell yeah, he'll come through and let's chop it up. Okay, yeah, man. Whenever you get on, just send me a link and I'll come on through, because I shouldn't be doing anything later. You know, I just be chilling, but this card crazy. Yeah, you got to talk about it, man, because just talk. Hey, look, you got to back me up with two on this. Look, Valentina, like the one champion that just want to fight, man. Like, you don't always have to wait for her, man. It's like she's always ready. Like, she did this interview not too long ago, and Valentina was like, I want to go on vacation in August. Then she was like, after that, I'm coming right back to fight. September is good. I was like, wow. That's how confident she is in her skill. Like, that's how confident she is saying, look, I'm better than everybody. Like, I don't mind, you know, look, I'll go in there, put the test on, but deep down, I know I'm better. Yeah, I know Coach might want to touch on that. You check that link out. Cachoeira, boy, she got accused of abuse, man. That might be why she's not fighting, right? Her girlfriend accused her of a alleged attack a few months back. Dang. I mean, you never know with some fighters, man. Like I said, I don't know the whole story, but you never know. I mean, I don't know. Bungalow Saval want 12 to fill the belt with rubies. Yeah, she'll get her 12, but I think 10, you know, just picking that round number of 10, I can see her doing that soon, man. High Five said Valentina wants to fight everyone anytime because she wants to clean up the division, but Rose can't do that because she knows she can't. Damn. Wow. High Five said Valentina wants to fight everyone anytime because she wants to clean up the division, but Rose can't do that because she knows she can't. Valentina and Nunes are legends, not Rose. Wow. I thought we was 12 spots. I thought there was 12 spots, 6 each on each side. Or was it 3 on 3 sides or 6 on each side? Let me look at that UFC belt. Honestly, I like the way the old belt looked. I know we talked about that before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the old belt, not the hexagon. Yeah, I do miss that old belt, the way it looked. You know, I like the way that looked. I don't like was the octagon? Yeah, this is like octagon, not hexagon. Yeah, this is the new one looked like a stop sign. It is, right? Robot chicken, yeah, that's 1 point. Tougher competition than strawweight, but still, I think the approach should be the same. I mean, if you champion, I think you should be like, yo, let's do this Carla fight. After I beat Carla, me and Wei Lee can run it back. Let's do Wei Lee, a Marina versus Dern winner. You know what I mean? I know they're tough fights, but we should always hold the champions in the same regard. Like, they should always come back and fight with the same consistency, To be said, what would they do at 13 title defenses? Shoot, at 13, you might get like an award too or something. I'm sure you definitely be going down in the Hall of Fame for sure. Strawweight is the most exciting women division yet. We have a very inactive champ. How bizarre. Dang, high five. Ooh, he won't stop. I mean, he telling the truth though. It is one of the it is one of the most exciting divisions, so yeah. But yeah, that's really like a good card coming up in September though, man. Like, they really did some good matchmaking on this one, man. Flyweight fights are good. These heavyweight fights. I'm looking forward to seeing Curtis Blaydes get back in there. Oh, Stamina, what's up? Stamina said you at it again. I see the strawweight champion won their belt late April. It's not even been 3 months yet. But she should be coming back, though. Like, she should be trying to come back like Valentina. Like, come on. Her and Valentina fought on the same card, and Valentina was like, I'm trying to come back in the fall. You know what I mean? Like, you should have that same type of energy. Especially when you got somebody lined up that just won their title eliminator in Carla and Jan. Like, the fight don't have to be in August or September, but at least I want to hear something. Like, if the fight was in October or November, I'd be fine with that, but I want to hear something on the horizon. Especially with the way everybody else moves in the UFC, fights just be coming just like that. So I want to hear like something that Rose got lined up. 29 years old. What is Valentina like? What Valentina's 3-4 years older, right? Hold on. Yeah, Valentina is 33 and she's still fighting quick. Healer, the mind body coach. What's up? Stammer, you should have been here early, man. We're talking about how far we were talking about the IQ of Jessica Andrade. I can't remember. It was a little while back now. Yeah, 2 beats. Yeah, she's 33. Yeah, I got it. Um, that's what don't make sense. Like, why is it Dana White though? Stamina. Like, why is it Dana White having to decide her opponent? Like, is he really thinking one of the other is a gain or a loss like that? Like, why is it when everybody else asks for a fight or they make it known that they want to fight so and so, they usually get to fight? You know, I know that Andrade and Cynthia Calvillo are on a lower level, but like, why when they said they wanted to fight, they got theirs? Like, don't Rose have some say so to say, look, can I make this fight with Carla? I mean, Rose and Carla got a little bit more firepower than Valentina versus Lauren, right? And at first, Dana White said Lauren Murphy wasn't a shoe-in. You know? To me, Carla's more of a shoe-in for Rose because she was, backing it up. But through Dana's own words, in the beginning, he almost said Lauren didn't earn the title shot. He was like, there's no guarantee that we're going to get her next, but he had to turn around and do it. Oh, I thought Stammer was about to say he writes fan fiction, or I thought you were about to say he writes science fiction or something. I almost read it wrong. Mary, and plus it was mentioned that she thought about the young Carla winner next, being the next opponent. Rose versus Carla is the better fight, right? Yeah, it's the better fight and it's the more popular fight. It's the more, I think, the more crowd pleasing fight. I mean, I know everybody wants Rose Wei Lee to, but this fight makes more sense. Stammer said, "Don't do this." Oh, we doing this. They can express a preference, sure, but final veto is always the company's. Champions cannot across the board choose their next opponent, nor have they ever. They can. Andre Ward in boxing said it best. If you really say you want to fight, you will get your fight. Because once you make the noise and you put the story behind it, and they see you did part of the groundwork to make it big for them and to make money, they'll say you got the fight. It's like Andre Ward said, if you want to fight, if you really want a fight, you can get the fight. And this is coming from boxers with cross promotion. If you say, I want this fight, and you go out of the way to make a promotion behind it, you can get the fight. That's why it would make the UFC fights easier, because you guys are under the same umbrella. If you say, I want this fight, you can get it. Now, of course, you won't whenever your money is like, when you start asking for crazy money, that's where it becomes hard to make. I mean, that's the one reason why, if you try to use the John Jones and Francis Ngannou argument as a fight, as an example, that's where the money's getting really crazy. I mean, I think they deserve whatever, the number they're asking for. But when you start talking that top dollar, that 20 mil and up, that's a different story. But I don't think, I don't think fighters like Rose and me, of course, they're not touching M's like that. But if they ask for this fight and a reasonable amount of money, it should be made. It can be made. Because good and bad, sometimes champions have chosen their next opponent. That's why some people say it's a cherry pick. Like, oh yeah, Robot Chicken said just cherry pick. Yeah, because sometimes they'll get the fight they want and the fight that fans don't want, so they do pick fights. because I've seen this many a time, and I've talked to some of these sources behind the scene where they say all this fighter has to do is say yes, and the fight will happen. So it's not all about what the company says. Matchmakers are there to make some of the basic matches, but you make the matchmaker's job easier, and you make Dana White's job easier because you call somebody out, and if it makes sense, they will make it. Stammer said, I don't know who Andre Ward is. Of course he don't. Yeah. He's a Olympic medal boxer. You know, he's a analyst in boxing now. You know, he's a 2-division world champion. But he's a legend in the game that knows matchmaking. In my opinion about Rose, I think she is respected enough to get the fight that she wants. See, when you talk Mighty Mouse, that's a different story. Mighty Mouse was not getting respected because what were they saying about Mighty Mouse? He was boring. He was this. He was that. He didn't have a good relationship with them. And Aljamain, that's another bad example. Aljamain, how he got his belt isn't really a good standout. You just mentioned a lot of fighters. You mentioned a lot of champions that don't get that type of respect. See, Rose has a big following, and she's considered an American favorite, so she should have some say in who she wants to fight. Of course, somebody like Demetrius Johnson, he couldn't. He definitely couldn't. He don't want to let guys like that get that type of power. You see, Rose was taking a while with the negotiation for the Wei Lee fight, right? Because she was feeling like she deserves more. But she got it. Some can, but not all. Some will, but not all. Right, but you said all. You just said it's not up to champion. Some can, though, and that's my point. She's part of the sum. Rose is part of the sum that should be able to and can. I mean, it's just obvious, though. It's just obvious, though, that she's not a consistent champion like Valentina Shevchenko. See, I disagree a high five on that. I don't think Aljamain is a joke, though. See, but that's the disrespect there. You see, people think of him as a joke like that, which he's not. And, you know, V. Kendra's sitting here laughing now, saying that, look, because they don't respect that type of. I do. Stammer said, think what you will. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to do that, man. I'm going to speak what I know, of course, and put the points together. Yeah, definitely. Can't agree on everything, Stammer. You know, so if I feel a certain way, you gotta understand and respect that, man. That's my opinion. And I'm basing that opinion off of things I'm told and things like that. So, you know. TJ said Valentina Shevchenko fans brag that she fights whoever, but Rose fans defend her stalling and trying to cherry pick. Interesting when those fans are the same people. Who defends her? That's what I want to know. Like, who's defending her? Like, you just walked in, Stamina. You didn't hear nothing. We were talking. I mean, not Stamina. TJ. I don't think anybody in here was defending her, right? Yeah, Stamina. He fishing. He fishing. Because, yeah, Valentina Shevchenko fights everybody, but Rose is not fighting. Rose has not had a fight announced yet. And no, like, I'm just being honest. Like, I didn't bet money on Weili to win, but I'm just telling the truth about Rose. I'm just messing. Yeah, because I just want to see Rose get ready to have a fight lined up here. I want to hear Carla get her title shot and be done with it. You know, let's go with logic here. That's what it's about. It's about just being logical now. Rose should be fighting Carla next. I don't know, Two Beasts. I don't know, Two Beasts, if she's close to that level. Honestly, I think they're in two different places just because they're in two different places. Let me put it that. Like, they're not on the same level, however you mean, because on one level I could say Rose has been through a little bit more because she has been a two-time champion. She has faced the best strawweights. You know, she has fought top-level competition, Two Beasts. Ngannou, this is his first time with the belt. And before that, you know, he was struggling with certain type of fighters. You know, he was struggling with the Stipe. And he's just been really coming out of his shell into this growing, well-rounded fighter. I think Rose is, like, still kind of iffy on her consistency, but she's been developing a little bit, you know, on another level. Like, it's still a different level. Like, is she? Rose getting close to Ronda? I don't know if she's getting close to Ronda numbers, though. I don't know if she's getting close to Ronda numbers. To be said, Dana's right chasing the money fight. Yeah, I think so. I think you're just chasing the money fight too. Yeah. But there's money in Rose and Carla, in my opinion. I mean, you know, I still feel there's money in that fight, and it's going to have to happen regardless. If you're not going to go by the rankings, then why have it? Oh, High Five said mean close to retiring. Oh, yeah, you said close. You said getting close to Ronda. You didn't say getting close to retirement. Because not every title defense to me is going to be a money fight. You know what I mean? Like, some are just going to be fights that make sense because they're good competitive fights. Be Kendra, if Rose is down, Dana would make Rose versus Carla. UFC made Shevchenko versus Murphy. Right. That's my point. That was my point. If Rose is down and really wants it, then boom. And Dana, he tells him over and over that she wants that fight, and he'll make that fight happen. Because, yeah, Shevchenko and Murphy's happened. That's a perfect example, And there's more money in Carla and Rose than there is Shevchenko and Murphy. That's why I just don't understand. Yeah, I don't know if Rose wants to be a actress though. She's been doing more of the country thing, like the farmer thing. So I think she'll probably retire soon, have an end game, and then she'll probably be a farmer. Yeah. B. Kendrick said, why hasn't Dana complained about Shevchenko not taking fights? Why hasn't Dana complained about Shevchenko not taking fights? Well, because she has taken fights. Dana's actively getting frustrated about Rose. Yeah, he hasn't had to complain about Valentina because she takes fights. Poor Stammen, he's sighing, man. CB said, matchmaking is silly to me, man. Champs, with the exception of title limiters playing out, should have their fights booked a maximum of 30 days after their last fight if they aren't injured. Yeah, there should be something like, it should be a little bit easier to be like matchmaking. To me, makes more sense on the lower level because you have to kind of match up prospects, and you have to put the right person in there with the lower half, and match up different levels. But I think every time we have a number 1 or number 2 contender, it should be pretty much set in stone. Like, okay, this is that next person's mandatory. Next person's mandatory, boom, this is who it should be because they're number 1 or they're number 2. Whether they feel like it's going to be a big draw or not. You know what I mean? Like, if that person was number 2 or number 3, that's the one that should be getting the fight. Or if they won the title eliminator, that's when they should get the fight. We should be working on setting the date. But yeah, matchmaking, it makes sense when you talk about the non-title fights because you have to put everybody in there with the right people, and you don't want to put somebody that's green in there with an experienced fighter. Like, to me, for Amanda Lemos versus Ruiz, I don't know if that was like great matchmaking. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Lemos come back, but Lemos should probably be in there with the higher ranked opponent or somebody in the top 15. Ruiz should probably be in there with like Corey McKenna or something like that, Well, V. Kendra, they weren't all booing. They weren't booing Shevchenko in that fight. High five. Unless Rose is staying active and being respectful like her old self, she will earn more respect. Dang, Maureen Reneau, she brought up an interesting point. You know, Maureen Reneau today was just talking about at the media presser. You know, Maureen Reneau was talking about how everybody was booing her in Brazil at the Just Gone Drive fight, and she was talking about how like the boos were so loud, and you know the boos were just like, you know, it were drowning out everything. You know, and the boos and the cheers of the crowd were just drowning out everything. You know, it was almost like she said she couldn't hear anything, and like their boos and cheers were so loud that the whole cage was just like shaking, she said. So, you know, Maureen Reneau just said she had to just block all of that out. You know, she was able to block all that out, you know, and that's crazy because, you know, that level of, you know, whenever everybody's against you, that level of energy, it could like play against you. But, you know, Maureen Reneau said, you know, she just drowned it out, or she, you know, blocked it out, and she went in there and performed, you know. So she said that was one of her best performances, you know, going over there to Brazil as the enemy. You know, people were yelling at her that she was going to die. But she went in there and performed, you know. So I thought that was pretty tough for Maureen Reneau. You know, I thought she showcased a great deal of courage going over there like that, and just how she was able to really show how mentally strong she could be going over there. You know, like you can't use a crowd as an excuse on why you lose. You know, you just gotta turn it into energy. You know. So I say, man, I had to give Maureen Reneau a lot of respect for that. You know, I definitely did whenever she told that story. Yeah, Brazilian crowds and fighting and soccer crowds, man, they can be like the worst, man. Racist crowds, crazy, man. Hmm. 2B said maybe the headlock of doom will prevail. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm looking at Lemos in this fight, man. I'm going to have to talk about it tomorrow, though. But, yeah, I think Lemos has got this. I think it's going to be a good fight, you know, for what it's going to be. I think their style is going to clash together. I think it's going to clash together and make for some exciting moments. But I just think, you know, Lemos has the overall better tools, man. Yeah, man, but I'm looking at this card, man. UFC 266. I'm ready to see this, man. Good flyweight fights. Got some good fights this weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy watching these fights, man. This Bellator card. Arlene and Diana Silva, though, that's a tough call. That was tough. I'm definitely going with Askarova in that fight, the prelims. But let's see. I gave you my pick for the championship fight. Velasquez versus Kielholtz. I'm going to go with Kielholtz. And I'm going with Tate. Excuse me, I'm going with Maureen Reneau. Yeah, I'm going with Maureen Reneau, not Miesha Tate. Bungalow said Tony Curtis was in a movie about a successful deaf boxer who got his hearing back and then had a tough time trying to overcome the crowd noise. Crowds can affect almost anyone. Ever seen that movie? I don't really see. As a boxing fan, I don't really watch too many boxing movies. I might have to look that movie up, though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to look that one up, though. I don't do too many boxing movies, though, but I guess I like the real thing. But yeah, what else? Anybody got anything else before I go here? Because I think I covered these 2 fight cards that are going down, and talked about Lauren and Valentina and Lauren Murphy. Talked about that. So let's see any other fight cards that's going down. Let me see if there's any other fight card that's going down. Some of these other lower fight cards that I check out. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting movie. That Tony Curtis movie. I might have to check that out, man. Oh, Bungalow said, oh wow, he saw that when he was a kid. He's 65 now. Oh man. Mr. Lee said he asked a question, but you skipped it. What was the question? You remember the question you asked? Because I know we were talking about some other stuff, so. Oh, 2B said official prediction video lineup for the weekend. Have I done one? No, I haven't done one. I could do one. What was that question you asked me? I can't find it. I gotta. Oh, sorry, like 9:30. Dang, I was gonna do a little workout tonight, but I don't know now. He said, yeah, but it was a long one, so it was a long question, so I will ask another time. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, yesterday was the anniversary for, what was it? They posted this. Oh yeah, yesterday was, let me see, 6 years. Has it been 6? No, 8 years since what? Tisha Torres and Rose first fight. I remember watching that card. That was a good card too. Wow, time is crazy, man. All right, Bungalow, take it easy, man. Yeah, 8 years ago, man. Invicta FC 6 was July 14th, 2013. That was Chris Cyborg and Marlos Conan. Damn, I remember watching that card, too. That was a good one, man. Everybody was on that card. Tisha was on there. Rose Beck was on there. JoJo was on there. Jennifer Maya was fighting Leslie Smith on that card. Oh, yeah, that was a good card, man. Damn, so these fighters really have been fighting forever, man. Well, you know, not forever, but time's been going by, man. Invicta FC's been throughout the years, it put on some great cards, though. Yeah, Rose won that first fight with Tisha. Tisha won that first fight with Rose. Yeah, Leslie Smith was actually fighting at flyweight back then. You know, she fights all the way at featherweight now. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I'll probably get back on tomorrow, talk about some of these talk about this other fight coming up between Lemos and Ruiz, because I'm looking forward to that one. Really, really looking forward to that fight. But yeah, like I always say, just make sure y'all subscribe. Shout out to the chat. Always have a good conversation, you know. How long have I been on here? Yeah, like 2 hours. I'm about to get up out of here now. I'll catch y'all tomorrow after I take care of this business. Hold on. Marcus Bell, Tyson Fury's out there card shopping. He's supposed to be sick. Yeah, man. Marcus, I'm tired of that, man. Like, I'm just tired of everything that guy does, man. Like, he's card shopping, right? I bet he don't even have a mask on. He don't even have his mask on, right? Oh yeah, 2B said official prediction video lineup for the weekend. Okay, maybe I'll do that. I'll go straight to the point on it. All right, but yeah, let me get out, guys. Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.